lackluster boss fights in anime. It's a working title. I'll figure it out one day. But basically, I would like to think of boss characters in anime that I feel got done dirty, or I feel they did not live up to the hype, if that makes sense. Or hell, they lived up to their hype, but they were done dirty just at the bitter end. And today I'll be speaking about Madara Uchiha. So for a lot of people are going to think that, no, Madara Uchiha was pretty cool. I mean, he did everything he had to do. The Kaguya thing was kind of messed up, but, if we look at Madara by himself, he was great. And I half agree with that. I think Madara was a great character in terms of build-up. Like, they built him up very well as one of the greatest ninjas of all time, or second to Hashirama. He was an antagonist, he was pulling strings, everything that was cool. And the way I have a problem with him differs with a lot of other people, because people don't have an issue with him per se. But if I had to break it down, one of my biggest issues is that Toby wasn't the real Madara Uchiha. I know it's going to sound weird, but I loved when Toby was pretending to be Madara. I love that persona of, no, I've been behind the scenes the entire time and you've been seeing me. And I've been involved in your world, and I've been infecting people, I've been hurting people. He was a genuine problem. He was genuinely an issue. And I love that. I love that about him. And another thing I don't like is, well, I don't mind that he was reanimated. That's not really a big problem, because it allowed us to see Madara in his prime. And which, we got a lot of cool fight scenes, so no complaints. I don't like it when he becomes the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails. I think that was a mistake. And the mistake is, you made him too powerful. You broke the power system of the world you built. Because now, low-key, ninjutsu doesn't mean anything. Ninjutsu doesn't really mean much. 99% of your cast has been reduced to just spectators, just because of how problematic this one character is. And even fighting and defeating him, it requires the most bullshit ass pose I've ever seen. Naruto and Sasuke basically have to die and be reincarnated within minutes to fight him. So it's like, no, everything you've learned and done doesn't matter. I'm just going to give you a power up. I get it. It happens a lot, power of friendship vibes. But this isn't even power of friendship. It's Asha and Indra just get introduced and forced on our laps, and we must take it. We just have to take it. And now they can fight this Ten Tails God thing, and I don't like that. I really think that Madara with the Jinchuriki was way too powerful, because here's my thing. Madara in his prime was a huge problem. No one could beat him. No, he was a good final boss just being young. Just being, alive. Just having the wood nature with him. That alone makes him an S+ tier boss fight. You can't beat that man normally. That was going to be an interesting fight. Especially since they were struggling. And since you've got also the previous Hokage to help you, clearly we have something. And then you threw it away. You kind of threw it away. And you said, oh no, what if we gave him this cool new redesign? I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fight you. The redesign has a nice look to it, but it's not enough. Like, it goes beyond design. It's like the fight itself. He was basically whitewashing everyone. His abilities made no sense. And if you didn't have the eye that Sasuke had, what were you going to do? What were you going to do that he was given to after dying? Oh, come on. No, it's too much. And as much as the fight between him and Might Guy might have been the most epic thing we've ever seen, I also don't like the lead up to it. Lead up might be the wrong word. Basically what I'm trying to say is, 8 Gates, as great as it is a very cheap cost to beat a Ten Tails. It's a very cheap cost. And like, oh no, he almost died. Yes, one man almost died beating something that can destroy half the planet. That's what happened. It's the alien armada from Independence Day came through, and they said, hey man, if you just push Will Smith alone, he has no backup, no nothing, hell, barely a fighter jet, but if he just gets angry enough, he's one life, he might die, but he will take down everything. He will take down everything. And I think it kind of cheapens the fight. It makes it feel very cheap. It feels very lackluster. There's no real cost, because hell, my guy didn't even die. Sure, they saved his life, but if 8 Gates, which isn't even like a clan-specific jutsu, something that many people could learn, it means, no, had we taught 3 people this jutsu, 3 people, Madara would have died. Madara would have died. So it comes, and you can't be like, oh no, we don't want to lose anybody. Man, we're having a war. We already lost people. And if to prevent further casualties, I just have to say now, I need 3 people to go 8 gates. And let's say they were all Chunin or Jonin level. Oh, Madara would have died. Madara would have died on his tracks. So if this fight was between Prime Madara, as in like before the Ten Tails Jinchuriki thing, and then Guy went to 8 gates, this would make a lot more sense, because Guy is still the pinnacle of human ability. When it comes to taijutsu, he is the pinnacle. Meaning a pinnacle human versus another pinnacle human makes sense. It's still within the realm of possibility. Whereas the peak of humanity was to fight literal godhood. This is not Battle of the Gods, guys. Like, it's not gonna work out. It's just not gonna work. So I honestly feel like that fight was kind of... it didn't mean as much as it should. The cost of beating him was way too low. The effort we put in was meaningless. It invalidated a lot of characters. Therefore, I just have to say, it was a disappointing fight, and I think we could have done better. Well, that's another video from me. Thanks for listening. Well, actually watching.